Hi, Cyndi here with Create Your Own Luck and Love. So today I am here with my dear friend and hairdresser. Does my hair look great? I never do it straight. Not hardly anymore. But anyway, she did my hair today. I love it. Ashley. Say hi, Ashley.
Hi.
So today I'm doing a live about toxic people, toxic relationships, and I put her on the spot a little bit because she's experienced that, and I'm going to ask her a couple of questions that I feel like will be relevant to you. So if you are currently involved or have been involved with an individual that is toxic. So toxicity can look like a lot of different things. It can look like someone who is emotionally unavailable, meaning that they are breadcrumbing you. They give you just enough to be hooked in. And there could be a lot of good things there, but the toxicity is the part of them being unavailable. Or they are, there's many more overt ways, like emotional abuse, physical abuse, someone that is addicted to, a substance or some things. Narcissism, it's all under the umbrella of toxicity. So, some of the signs are if you've had friends and family tell you, Ashley and I were just talking about this. Say hi to her again. She'll be here in a second. Sorry, guys. If you've had, friends or family tell you that, they see that you deserve so much better, or they're sick of it, you're sick of it, right? All this stuff. That's a surefire sign. Or if you find yourself justifying the behavior of the individual often and making excuses for them. And, the problem oftentimes that I have found with toxic people or toxic relationships, I have been a part of that myself. And, the stronger part to that is what goes on inside, right? The beating yourself up. I still love this person and I still care about them. And maybe you're thinking, I want to stop loving them. Or there's a part of you that says, well, if I do this, maybe they'll change. Or you can try to save the world and change them. Here's the deal. And what I recommend you doing, do not stop loving a toxic person. Don't stop loving them, but you can love them from a distance. And, some people may not actually agree with me, but I do believe that everybody deserves to love and be loved. However, it's the style within which you're loving them, because it's hurting you. And remember, toxic people hurt people. So, and I don't want to make excuses, but sometimes people don't even know on a deeper level. Okay, so I want to put Ashley on the spot over here. Hi again. I'm going to pull my chair up and talk to you a little bit about you had an experience. You were married in the past.
Yes.
And, oh, sorry.
No, I'm fine. I was just like, I can hold it so we don't have to look at my head in the background, but oh well.
Yes. I know she's got beautiful hair. I love her hair. Anyway, I could go off for days. So you had an experience, well, several experiences, and I'd love for you to share that, you're married, you're in this relationship deeply in love, and it was tumultuous, right?
Yeah.
So let's fast forward. What would you say the breaking point was for you.
Okay, so my ultimate breaking point was we had been separated for a year, got back together, bought a house together, thought we were doing great, and then all of a sudden he dropped the divorce bomb on me again after promising he would never do that again, that we were in this together forever. And then I found out that he had gotten another girl pregnant. Well, obviously devastated because I never really wanted to have kids with him, and there's obviously a reason why, because I never felt safe in the relationship, never felt like I would be supported.
Never felt safe.
There
Yeah,
you go.
That's a big one.
So
that's a really big sign if you don't feel safe. And I think a lot of times if you've been in one toxic relationship after another, which could really, what's manifesting itself are childhood wounds. You may have had a great childhood, but there's a wound in there that is it's replaying itself over and over again, and it has to do with your value, your own self-worth. Anyways, I wanted to make sure that I shared that really quick.
So started to move on. Things didn't work out with that girl because she probably saw who he really was from the beginning, and thank God. But they split while she was still pregnant, and then he came back to me and said, hey, let's get back together. Maybe this was God's way of giving us a child together, because maybe we were never able to have one together. And I was just like, nope, there is absolutely no way I am going back into this. Like, we are done. I cannot do this to myself. My friends and family were like, you'd be crazy. Time to move on. So I did, and it was the best decision made for me that was ever made for me to leave that relationship. So
thank you for sharing. I think the looping too, that the mind goes into, well, what if he does change? What if he wants to change? And good. I believe that people are capable of change if they really want change. And the thing about men is that they typically will not change unless it's uncomfortable enough.
Forced into it.
Yeah, they're forced. It's like a coming to Jesus moment. And then some people still won't change. But the thing is that you can't leave and then have in the back of your mind that, well, maybe he's going to change and come back and see the error of his ways. The number one thing to realize, and I want to circle back around to how to stop this, is that relationship can never be the same, and it shouldn't. So if you look at a toxic person, will typically do things and expect forgiveness for things that they would never put up with themselves. So why are you, right? But how do you unhook? I think this is the biggest thing. So and how do these moments come, like the Ashley moment, the Cyndi moments that I'll share with you. I sprinkle them in every now and again. I have a lot. That's why I do what I do. I teach what I need the most. But so something to do is, here's the scary part, is when you get involved with someone that you have those deep feelings for, that you love, it can take 2 years or more. It's usually between 2 and 3 years, sometimes right there in the middle, to actually wake up and go, whoa, what's really going on here? This is not healthy. So what do? And maybe you're at the point, I'm in a situation where it's not healthy, or I've been in situations where it's not healthy. One, look at that and look at what about it isn't healthy. Are they putting you down? Are you, do you feel like you're constantly making excuses for them? Are they,
Hooking it around back onto you.
right, are they turning it around on you, which is a very narcissistic trait. Thank you for that. So I could say so much, but so in other words, they're not taking responsibility. So what happens? You end up starting to feel like, am I crazy? Am I doing something wrong? And oftentimes women do, because women that have beautiful, loving hearts will have a much higher chance of attracting a toxic individual, because they're typically empathic and they feed off of that person and their energy. So you start tracking, well, how many times have they said, I'm going to stop this, I'm going to change, I'm going to blah, blah, whatever. Or they hook it back onto you, or they don't. This becomes about boundaries and actually taking action that feels scary. Now, if you want, I'm only talking to you if you want to get out, not if you're committed to staying and doing whatever it takes. Some people will do that forever, and if that's you, God bless you. I'm talking to someone that you can't change this person, but you really want to move forward. Realize, okay, so this isn't actual reality. I am worthy of more. And you start setting check marks, like, I'm setting up a boundary here. So if I can't see you, if X happens, I leave as soon as you turn the situation around on me. And that makes you honor yourself as you're moving away from the situation. Or you peel the Band-Aid off and you love them anyway. And you go through the pain and you feel it because it sucks. Typically, this person, I don't actually believe that people are trash can, icky people. I don't really believe that exists. What I do believe is that they have experienced a lot of trauma, and they are in that place and they don't know anything else. They don't even, Oprah says this, when you know better, you do better. Not everybody does that. But when you look at it from the perspective of they don't necessarily know, but don't make the excuse for them, you get to back away and honor yourself and start depositing in your love jar. That would be doing things that feel good for you, going to the gym, connecting with friends, and toxic relationships have the tendency to isolate an individual. And that doesn't feel good. And a lot of times a toxic person will manipulatively try to do that. So my point is that you can love them and embrace the love, but let them go. And that actually makes it easier. So you get to look at, so what are the ways of being within which this person is showing up as, and how can I separate myself so that I'm honoring me and moving forward? Any parting words?
Don't stay in it. It's not worth it. They won't change. As much as you keep telling yourself that, they won't.
Yeah, and like I said, again, if you're, I'm speaking to you, if you're ready to move forward and, love yourself and then everybody else. And the more that you do that, the easier it is to break that patterning and shift into the kind of relationship that truly honors you and your higher vibrational being. All right, lots of love. Let me know, did this help you guys? Put a comment below. Have you been involved in a toxic relationship? Are you involved in a toxic relationship? And did this help? Just mark hell yes below, and Lots of love. See you guys soon. Bye.